Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to Elle's Temple. Thank you for joining me for my chakra series readings. If you picked the Selenite crystal or the crown chakra, this is going to be your reading. So the overarching message that I got for this pile is that you are a very spiritual person. It's likely that you're already big time into spirituality and you've been on a spiritual journey for quite a while, and there's just, I know that for some of you, you're going to listen to this message and be like, oh, how much more healing do I need to do? Like, oh my gosh, like I just want to get there already, like I want it to be done. But there's really not too much more for you to do. There's just a little bit more of an ascension that you're going through. And once you ascended to a high level on your spiritual journey, and I feel like healed and integrated aspects of your soul, like this card here with this person in the middle. And I know that for most of you, you probably already meditate. If not, there's a strong message here to start meditation, to really connect with your own soul and your spirit in that way, because I see that once you're kind of like sat in this almost like lotus, and I'm being drawn to show you that we've also got, there's a double message of lotus here because we've got the lotus flower and this peace card, and you're kind of at peace with yourself and you're just so centered in your own light. Everything is going to come towards you, like you are the star, you're the center of your world, you're this shining light. And like everything you want is just going to magnetize right in, and you're kind of just sat there like, yep, sure, like I knew that was going to happen. Like, of course I deserve love. Of course I deserve, a fantastic, career, whether that's in something spiritual or whatever it is you want to do. Of course I deserve my soul family around me. Of course. It's very like, you're like rooted in that knowing, you're grounded in that knowing. Because even though this is the crown chakra, it's almost like you need to like ground in your spirituality. So there's just this sense of like, I'm just seeing this, it's this sort of seat, like sit on, what I'm hearing is sit on your friggin' throne, woman or man. I love that. Your cards are very sassy. Like, once you kind of like take up your throne, like crown chakra, I mean, it's the crown chakra, it's associated with your crown. So it's like associated with sovereignty and being like the queen or king of your life and reigning rule and reigning supreme and just like doing your shizzle and like, just ruling your life. Like you control your reality, essentially. You, by the power of your thoughts and the power of your connection with your higher self and your spirit, which you'll improve with this meditation card, you will be able to magnetize in whatever it is that you want. And the more that you do that, and the more that you kind of take up that throne and really like own it and like own that power and kind of sit on it, it's almost like, I'm sensing with this pile that for some of you, you might already have a very open crown chakra, but it might be that you're not, it's like almost too open, or you're not kind of owning your power. It's almost like you've opened your crown chakra, but like you're giving your power to everyone else and everything else, and like even like spirit, and it's like you need to kind of sit. And like, I'm getting this really odd energy to be like, sit you down, like sit in meditation kind of thing, and just root a little bit into your own essence and your own like inner knowingness. And that will help integrate and heal your soul, because there's a strong message of like soul healing. And when you come into peace with yourself and you can really truly be yourself like this daisy and just shine your own light. I mean, daisy, it's really lovely. It's got the white petals around the outside. So it's like you're shining your aspects of like your spirituality in a way. Like you're this white flower. You're very light. You're already very spiritual. You're already a light for others. you're already quite an original soul, but there's a need to kind of go within a little bit first with this inner sanctum. It's like, by healing your own connection with your own spirit, you'll be able to ascend. And then once you've ascended a little bit more, and I feel like for most of my chakra 7 pile, if you're drawn to the selenite crystal and you're drawn to a crown chakra, you're already well on your spiritual path. Like, you are not new to this rodeo, my friends. New. You have been on this path before. You've probably already gone through cycles and cycles of healing. And I know that this message is going to be like, oh, like, why do I have to do more healing? Like, why do I already do meditation or whatever? But it's like, even though there is this message of soul healing here, the energy I'm getting is it keeps coming back to this sort of peace, like you being like this lotus sat on this river and just sparkling like this, sparkling your light all over the place, and things will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. Flame. She's holding a flame here. When you can really be in your inner sanctum and be in a sort of state of almost meditative state of peace and serenity and acceptance and self-acceptance, be yourself, self-acceptance, you'll be reborn as this butterfly. It's like you are going through a bit of a chrysalis at the moment. You're kind of in this rebirth phase, perhaps going through another bit of ascension. And we're all going through ascension, and spiritual awakening never stops. And as I'm sure you already know, I don't need to lecture you on that. I'm sure you are well aware, and you know that it's cyclical, and you know that these things come in stages, and that they're not a one-stop shop, and like you do chakra clearing once, or you do a sort of form of spiritual awakening once, and then you're like, cool, okay, I'm done, bye, and then you're sorted for life. It's like, it's ongoing, isn't it? It's deeper, it gets deeper and deeper. Your soul keeps evolving. So in order to, and I'm sure also if you've chosen the crown chakra or been drawn to selenite, you are yearning for, or your soul is destined for, a spiritual connection, a soul connection. And I'm also seeing with this soul healing, once you are being yourself fully and shining your true light, and that could well be like flying your freak flag in a sense of like being your true spiritual self out in the world in some way, maybe doing some kind of mission work, and that doesn't mean, oh, you have to go be something massively overtly spiritual, quote unquote spiritual, or like esoteric or metaphysical. That you can be like, in any field and still be doing something that's aligned somehow with your mission in terms of, I feel like some kind of healing work, perhaps. So you could be working in a holistic profession, for example, or even in the medical profession, but you're bringing a more, perhaps holistic approach to it or something. Just as an example, it could be anything, but or maybe you've got a yearning to work with children or healing animals, or but it's just like taking those pivot steps towards living in alignment with your soul. And I feel like once you're really being yourself, you will attract in a very healing soul, a very soul healing relationship, or a very healing soulmate relationship. That's definitely like the energy I pick up on. It's definitely like on the cards for you. I'm just seeing actually one of the things on this star that's here on this this archetype deck is two hands that are like holding hands. It's really sweet. So there is someone coming in. Once you've kind of found this, like, inner light and kind of like stabilized it. Like not just having sort of an intermittent, maybe you've had a slightly intermittent connection with your soul, your own soul, and or you've not been able to, or you haven't fully expressed that part of yourself, or kind of been able to shine your light on the world. Like maybe you've been around a lot of other people who are in quite dense energy. Like I sort of see you, there's a lot of, in the spiritual ascension card, there's a lot of black around the outside and gray, and there's you just kind of like wee, like just flying through the air with this purple and white energy, going, okay, bye dudes, like I'm off. Like you can be in this dense energy, but I'm soaring. I'm gonna go ahead. So there could be something around letting go of other connections that aren't serving you. Now that doesn't necessarily mean like people you're in relationship with or dating. That could even just be people you're working with or friends with or something like that. And that often happens organically and naturally anyway as you go through an ascension process, that people who aren't fully aligned with your soul path or where your soul is wishing to lead you, it kind of, something happens to like pull them away, put it that way, or something happens to pull you out of jobs or situations. And often it feels quite abrupt and quite scary and a bit like, whoa, what just happened there? Like, how come that fell apart? That's often because of you're going through like your next ascension process. And you'll find peace with your ascension by meditating and coming into your inner sanctum. And you'll find your soulmate or your soul tribe or soul healing through being yourself. The more you're able to be, the more you're able to go into your inner sanctum and consistently and honor that through various practices like meditation and so forth. And that can be, meditation is different for everyone. It can be done in all sorts of different ways. That doesn't mean sitting on a mountain in Tibet, for 5 hours a day, like a monk, being really ascetic. That can be, walking in nature for 10 minutes and just being mindful. It can be having a little ritual in the morning where you just, you just sit. You don't even have to sit in a kind of lotus position. It doesn't have to look like that. It's just that energy of sitting in peace, sitting in serenity, being grateful for your morning coffee, for example. Little things like that. Those are little ways to honor your crown chakra and honor your connection with spirit and your inner goddess within, which I feel like is sort of this stage of your ascension process is coming into that, like, I am the goddess actually. Like, that's not out there. That's not something I have to go on a big trek to the Himalayas or something to find. It's in me. Like the journey, the cyclical journey I've been on actually brings me to my light. And once you've anchored that in that, with that, like that throne, like sitting on your throne of yourself, then, everything will come to you. Everything will naturally, magnetically come in. I'm seeing here there's like, what are all these different things? There's sort of jewels and gold and pearls, like pearls of wisdom. There's the hand holding, so there's some kind of relationship. There's an eye, which is like symbolic of, your third eye opening and your psychic abilities opening. Sort of gifts from spirit. Gifts will come through. Your love will come through when you're, I know this sounds so cheesy, but when you're in love with yourself fully and fully being yourself, like just, a daisy is such a simple little flower compared with some more, some of the more ornate flowers, but it's still a very, even in its simplicity, it's still a beautiful flower, and it has so much to offer. And there's someone out there who loves daisies, right? There's someone out there who prefers daisies to, say, I don't know, tulips or lilies or roses or something else. They want daisies. It just reminds me of that line from it's one of those Meg Ryan films, I forget which one, and she's like, don't you think daisies are the friendliest flower? And I sense that for you, my pulse sevens, those of you who've connected with the soul star chakra or crown chakra. Soul star chakra is the chakra just above the crown chakra. You've maybe been struggling with being yourself a little bit. You've maybe been struggling with being you, and knowing where you fit in, and feeling like you can be your true spiritual self and still find love in whichever way that is, whether that's an intimate romantic relationship or with friends or family, whatever it might be. But yes, I'm just constantly drawn back to the beautiful butterflies on this inner sanctum card, and I feel like this will be you very soon. You'll be coming into this energy of like just breaking out of your chrysalis from going through this sort of ascension process, and perhaps a period of a dark night of the soul or a bit of an awakening process, doing, having to really go within, having to really go into this inner sanctum. I'm sort of seeing that like hermit card in the tarot. I don't know if you know tarot, you'll know what I mean by the hermit card. If not, just have a look on Google. There's this woman sort of sitting with this flame, almost like connect with your inner temple, connect with your inner flame, connect with your inner light. And when you do that and you anchor in that and you're consistent with that and you can feel that on a more consistent basis and know that you already are God, goddess in the world, everything will just come to you. Like, you don't need to go out and get anything. You're it. You're the star. Everything just comes in and is magnetized straight away to your light. Because you've let go of these other things that were holding you down, and you're ascending. You're coming into a higher, like, just energetically. You might be going through a purge, or you might have gone through a bit of a purge, and you're just ascending into a higher level now, attracting in better opportunities, better people, better opportunities, better potential partnerships, whatever it might be. It's all you're being lifted. You're being like this, almost like angel, like creature here. You're being lifted up, and so you're going to be through this alchemy. This almost like, because you can see there's this fire. It's like connecting with this inner flame. There's this fire that's going to burn away the old. You can see the dark all around the outside. It's going to burn away all the old, the old ego, the old self, and you're going to connect with that, what is like your soul version of yourself that is eternal, and just this light that just never goes out. It's never extinguished. It's always there. It's always safe. It's your inner sanctum. And when you fully go through that and you find that sort of peace with it and peace with yourself, and you're just sort of on your throne and kind of connected, and I just see you as like, just shining like this. It's really sweet. It's like a little daisy pixie. That's not even a thing. I just made that up. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like your little original soul self that's yearning to kind of like sort of break out of, maybe the constraints of your ego self. And once you're able to ascend and really, really anchor in who you really are, you will attract in this soul healing relationship or soul mate or mirror soul. Often once you get to a certain point in your ascension process, you will magnetize in a mirror soul who will mirror to you anything else that needs healing. And that again will help you ascend even more, and collectively that also radiates. The more you come into like a acceptance of yourself and a self-love, a true and abiding sense of self-love, the more that like, and you can give and receive unconditional love. I'm being guided to say to you, you might want to also listen to the heart chakra reading as well, because there might be some messages in there for you too. But I feel like this is the predominant chakra to come into, like concentrate on your like spiritual well-being at the moment. You know, walks in nature, connecting with like the sun and your crown. You know, one thing you can do is there's a yoga posture, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's like where you put your head on the ground and you sort of like literally like just as if you're going to do a headstand, but you don't have to do a headstand unless you already have a headstand practice, in which case go nuts. But if not, then if you just put your crown, like feel the top of your head on the ground and tip it forward a little bit safely, be kneeling down and have, you know, support there. That helps you to connect with that area. It just sort of like, it's like a little tap on the head, and it kind of helps you like connect in and just, yeah, I guess just any kind of crown chakra meditation that you can find, if there's ones on YouTube, or anything on, you know, crown chakra healing music, anything like that, that just helps you come into peace, serenity, a connection with the divine, a connection with your God Goddess within. That will really help you to, the more you do that, the more you find that inner sanctum, the more you will be coming into your soul, and then you can magnetize in your soulmate and your soul family. So I'm going to leave it there, my beautiful souls. If you feel you need some extra support with healing your crown chakra, if you're not sure, for example, how to connect in with it, and you want to find out how to meditate, or you feel like it is imbalanced, one of the things you can do is get selenite crystal. That's really, really good for the crown chakra. Otherwise, if you'd like some additional support, I do offer chakra healing sessions. If you go to, I will leave the link below, if you go to the Goddess Holistic Healing Sessions on my website, ellstemple.com, and I can certainly help you out with those. But please also drink lots of water after this reading. There are some healing energies infused from the selenite crystal. So if you've been watching this and digesting the messages, that all the cards have been infused with selenite crystal energy, which will be very healing for that chakra anyway. So yes, and just keep connected with nature, keep connected in with your spirit with doing meditations and things like that. You know, even just lighting a candle in the evening and saying a prayer of like gratitude to your inner self, to your God Goddess within, little things like that. You know, keeping sort of like any kind of white crystals or white flowers around you, or even a sort of that violety, it says sweet violet here, so violet flowers might also be quite healing for you, and or daisies as well. Both of those flowers could well be very healing for your crown chakra. Okay, my loves, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked this content. Please leave a message below if it resonated for you. I'd love to hear from you. All my love, and see you soon. Bye.